you don't actually have to pay thousands of dollars to live in West Campus.
The kill switch, JoJo, pose, 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 JoJo, pose, 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 JoJo, pose, 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 JoJo, pose, pose, pose.
Hey y'all, this is the NAACP Unit 6888B.
6888B. 6888B.
I'm Jonathan Bailey. I'm an accounting and / IMPA major here at UT Austin. And my Twitter is @JonathanBailey. And my Instagram is the same.
Hi y'all, my name is Kendrick. I'm a sociology major, just sociology. No more down. We good. I'm the Educational Policy Committee Chair for NAACP here at UT. And my Twitter is KendrickDDTX, and then my Instagram is Kendrick.ddd, you know, from Dallas.
I'm Kennedy. Hi y'all, I'm Kennedy. I'm a BFA in dance major, and I'm a junior, and my Twitter is _KennedyAlexa, and Instagram is KennedyK.
Hi, my name is Sydnie. I'm a BFA acting major, and I'm a junior, and I'm from Houston. We'll get started with some questions. The first question is, where do you live?
I live in Riverside, but one of the less popular apartments, Quad East, also known as Ballpark East.
I live in Riverside as well. University Village, the better of the universities.
I live right here in Rio West. I live right here in Rio West in this unit.
I live right here in Rio West in this unit too. Where did you live each year?
First year, I lived in Jester, and then since last year, I've lived in University Village.
My brother went to UT like 10 years ago, so he always told me, like, don't stay on campus, they be taxing. So that's like my personal advice that I was given. So I stayed at his old apartment, which is Ballpark East. So I've always been there even since freshman year.
And the first 2 years, I lived in Jester East. So I lived on campus. I didn't receive the same advice that Kendrick.
My first year, I lived in Moore Hill.
Loser.
M-Town.
Here,
I lived in Jester East. And then now, this is my third year, and I live here.
Yeah. Kind of prefer this apartment thing.
First apartment thing.
Okay. What are some rumors and myths about where you live?
that is the ghetto.
Yeah, but West Campus is really the ghetto.
Oof.
Yeah.
And that's the
I'm not even gonna lie. West Campus is the expensive ghetto.
Yeah, how about that?
That's
It
It's the
is.
expensive ghetto.
It always says that Riverside, I guess it's far, and it's also, I guess, situated in East Austin, that it's like more ghetto or more filled with crime and et cetera, et cetera. But honestly, Riverside reminds me a little bit of home, and I see the crime that everybody else sees. I'll be honest with you, there is a big homeless population, but the homeless aren't like nagging or
they
disrespectful. They just want to live and have affordable housing just like us. So at the end of the day, I think it's just what you make out of it.
West Campus is just kind of glorified because it's West Campus and it's right here by campus. But those are like the fraternities. Like it's a lot of fraternities over here, like the white orgs. They're really over here, so it's like I don't know. It's just a whole other world. Honestly, it's a lot. It's another city. City within itself. City within itself. Yeah, that's really what. But honestly, I don't think it really has a bad connotation. Even though when you actually get here, it's much different.
I'd say like a lot of people think West Campus is like really loud. It hasn't been so far for us.
Yeah. Not really.
Not yet, but it'll get there.
It'll get there. Oh yeah, we're in the pandemic. I forgot.
Someone help my husband, he's choking. Someone give him the Heimlich. In the middle of a pandemic? Oh my God!
See, that's exactly what I'll be talking about. Just rambunctious.
Pros and cons of Riverside and West Campus.
guess the pro of Riverside, you're not paying $1,000 for rent. You know, so
Like a con for Riverside is that it's so far. You have to commute, like you have to bus or like drive.
If you stay at UV or UE, there's only one bus stop right there that brings you to and from campus. And so if you're at the wrong time of day, that bus is gonna be crowded.
Yeah.
But me, I live closer to the HEB, like right behind the HEB. So there's like 3 different bus stops that I can catch and take me to school. And it's like they're never packed because they come so frequently, and it's 3 different stops. You have options. So distance can be like a con in some instances, but it can also be a pro in others because it forces me like to wake up early and like get my stuff together and then go to class. Right when you're figuring out your housing and where you stay, you should be honest with yourself and who you are and like know yourself, you know, and so that way you can weigh your pros and cons like we've just listed.
Kind of West Camp is not affordable for most people. For a lot of
yeah, because
POC.
in college paying $1,000 for a
rent.
room that's a box.
But-
Room that's a box.
But a lot.
I couldn't afford a present this year, so I got you this box.
That's what I got you.
Grocery store you have to for West Campus.
I go to HEB.
Like how far is that?
So y'all go to the HEB that's
It's up there, like it's on.
Pro for Riverside, walk literally 5 minutes to HEB or Dollar General and get my groceries for the night. But that's like a con if you live on this side, her side of Riverside, which is a little further from
Oh, here is that we have so many shops over here. Like we have the whole Quad Strip, and then we have like Whataburger, Hello Rose, towards
Y'all can all walk to
we
that.
can
I would say that.
Yeah,
and the food trucks also.
yeah, food trucks. So we have like that whole strip.
That's another pro of living over here. I feel like you gotta get more exercise out of my walking because it's like I literally everything is walking.
Yeah.
I walk to Dairy Queen. I know they got Dairy Queen. That's a pro. They got Dairy Queen in Riverside.
And we have all the good taco places.
Burrito. Y'all be sleeping on Burrito Factory inside Adobe, boy. That.
I never even seen it.
I heard it's good. I've seen it.
They real cool. They real cool.
I've been in Adobe once.
What, to get boba?
Yes. Gong Cha.
What would you tell a freshman looking for housing?
Don't let these apartment people try to rush you to sign. I say that.
Definitely rush.
Don't let these apartment people try to rush you to sign. I say that.
Definitely rush.
No, literally, because I know. Look, there are so many people.
Who signed really early into freshman year because like they were scared into thinking, oh my god, West Campus is running out of apartments because that's what they were being told. And then another thing is they end up signing with their friends they had from like the beginning, and then those friends fell off, so now they're like in this awkward
So by the
situation.
time y'all move in,
Y'all not even cool. Y'all not even cool. That'd be most of
Like literally.
Like 97%.
97, that's a really good number. That's a really good estimate.
Hey,
It's a great estimate.
That's that master's in accounting.
He did the statistical research.
Like the last question is, I guess it's kind of early in your college experience to know yourself, but at least know what you like though. For me, I personally don't like being around everybody all the time. You know, I like a change of scenery, so that's why I chose to live kind of far. You know, I like kind of like doing my own thing, so that's why I never chose to roommate like with friends or anything. Randos be cool every now and then. You know, don't get a weird rando though. Also, like I said, weigh the pros and cons.
Yeah.
You like don't try to
Don't be pressured.
and don't be pressured into it. Like if you know for a fact that you can't afford it and you like just trying to do it because that's just what you do, then don't do that.
Everything is right around. Like if you live in a dorm, you're around everything. You don't have to.
Yeah.
And you can like use the meal plans. You don't have to cook.
No, exactly. Like all that is like those are all the positives of living on campus, but like do what works for you. That's
Campus, that's the one thing. Like for me, like I guess socially, like making friends, I like just have to come across them like by the grace of God, you know. But if you live on campus, like you gonna see people like, oh, another black person. What's up, bro? How you doing? You know me. I didn't live on campus, so it was like, oh, who that little boy? Well, my name's Kendrick. You know, so it's like
because honestly, I didn't meet Kendrick till October of freshman year through Kiara, like our friend Kiara. So like, and I was like, oh, who is this? Like I had never seen Kendrick. So like. Yeah.
I met her through Kiara, I met him through Kiara, I met Kobe through Kiara, I met everybody through Kiara.
Yeah. By the grace of God. Literally,
Grace of God.
she's the grace of God.
Hey, God was like, hey, Kiara, there you go.
Disclaimer, if you qualify for any financial aid or if there's like a list if you have specific grants or if you're in ULN, then that means you qualify for smart housing and nobody really tells you about it. It's kind of secretive, but it basically just cuts your rent in half. And it's through the city of Austin for like people who need financial assistance when finding housing. So you don't actually have to pay thousands of dollars to live in West Campus. Like we have a 2x2 And we're on smart housing, and we have our own bathroom, so that's a plus. Our own bedroom. It was already furnished, and they gave a TV and a cable lock, so yeah.
It saves a lot of stress, it really does. And our rent is never above 800. And I know that sounds like a lot still, but in West Campus, that's really good for a 2x2 apartment. Like that's
Even
still
Riverside,
really good.
good.
It's
Even-
usually
yeah.
Because
1,200.
Riverside rent like $700 now.
Yeah.
Preston said earlier, don't let these apartment people like bully you into signing a lease. Take your time, take a deep breath, and choose your options. It's like
We didn't sign till July 10th.
Yeah.
Like July 10th.
And when did the lease start?
The lease started August 1st. Literally not even a whole month after I signed, the lease started. So don't rush. Don't let them rush you.
And they had a good place, yo.
No, this is a really good place. Like, don't rush. Don't
Yeah.
be pressured to sign in September of your freshman year for the next year. Like, it's not that serious.
Because if we're being honest, Austin is like money driven, and so even with apartments, they try to like prey on students. Even like not even apartments, to be honest, you dorms as well. To be honest, anything in Austin that regards money, they're gonna try to get you to spend it. So just take your time, do your options, and weigh your decisions before you make a decision.
Like pressure to get an apartment just because you're like growing up. Like if you still need to stay in the dorm and get your little meal plan, that's okay.
No, literally, I stayed in the dorm 2 years ago.
Yeah, I stayed in the
and
dorm
it was
2
convenient.
years.
I will say it really was convenient to get
Yeah.
to class every day and eat. I never had to cook. It was all prepared for me, and the food wasn't half bad. Like it was fine. If you need to stay in the dorm again, stay in the dorm again.
And you be getting unlimited swipes also. Shoot.
I will say Sanjay food better than Jester.
It is.
Oh,
But it's more-
Sanjay, Cypress bread.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Jester's more close to like Speedway, like
Yeah.
the more central part of campus. If all your classes are there, I'd stay in Jester, but Sanjay is a little walk. Like,
It's
You
up
have
that
a
big
hill.
hill. You have a hill, but it still is the convenient location. But
Yeah.
like, there's just the hill. Like,
and
it's really
isn't
fine.
Sanjay more expensive than
It's
Jester?
more expensive.
Yeah.
Yes, like it was like a premium type dorm, so it was definitely gonna be more expensive because you get your own bathroom in your room.
Private bath, all that.
Yeah, that's why it's more expensive. So plus it's newer, like it's way newer. But yeah, I would definitely recommend when you come to UT staying in the heart of campus, which is like Jester, Moore San Jack, Prather, Roberts. Yeah, don't stay far off from everybody because you will feel really ducked off. Like if you stay in Durham or something like that, or like all the way over campus, even if you think that's the convenient thing for you to do because you're like in CNS or something, most of your classes your freshman year are probably still not going to be major focus. So like you're going to be taking a lot of core and stuff like that. That's going to be like centralized throughout campus. So you should still try to stay in Jester if you're going to be living on campus freshman year. Or not even just Jester, but like I said, any of those central parts of like where everything happens on campus.
Yeah. It's at the bottom of the hill, but they do have their own dining hall in there, so you can just go downstairs and get food. And then of the two Jesters, Jester East and Jester West has its own dining hall, so you don't have to like leave.
Yeah, even though Jester East is literally right
It's
there.
like
Like,
right
it's
there.
literally right there. You just walk out and then you walk into the building. Like it's not like it's a huge space between, but like yeah, it really doesn't matter which Jester. I lived in Jester East because that's just what I prefer.
Because Jester East is more renovated.
It is more
Yes,
renovated. It is more
yeah.
renovated. And it looks nice. Like
West is
that's what drew me into the
It's
East.
still in the 80s.
Yeah, literally, like Jester West just looks weird. That always look weird to me, but it really doesn't matter. Just try your best to do what's most efficient for you.
San Jack is closest to the stadium also.
Yeah.
Just a fun
It's
fact.
closest to the stadium.
I think Ken Sullivan is like the all girls living arrangement area, but then there's an all male one as well. I don't
Creekside.
Creekside.
There we go, cool. And so there's that as well. If just you're not comfortable with the mixing
Co-ed.
going on, yeah. So you
Of the bus system here in Austin because literally like when you get your UT ID,
it's
you literally just swipe. You literally just swipe it when you get on the bus, and it can take you all around any part of the city. So also don't worry about bringing your car because it's really not like, especially your freshman year.
And freshman and half of sophomore year, I worked at a preschool. That's like a really cool thing. And so Hire Longhorn as well as Handshake, they have like a lot of opportunities. It doesn't have to always be like just either whatever you're interested in or always fast food. There's a lot of options. If you want to go to fast food, right, that's cool. They have those as well. But then they also have other routes. Like now I'm an office assistant at one of the graduate schools for the college of education. So like the options, they vary on like a lot of ends of the spectrum, so it's kind of cool. I think
Yeah.
Preston had an on-campus job as well.
I did have an on-campus job. Just find one that works best for you. Me personally, I just needed a job, so I started out working in the university unions, and I worked in the bowling alley on campus. Get a job, like a desk job is probably like what you really want when you work at UT, because it's like you do like little things here and there, but also you have time to do your own stuff while you're there. I think that's like the benefit of having a desk job on campus. As long as you're still being productive, because they probably won't bring you back if you're not being productive. Not that I was that person, but yeah, just get something that works for you. Like that person is working for me.
I got Insomnia Cookies last year, and so it was a really easy walk. It's kind of in the middle of the heart of campus and the middle of West Campus, so that's like a good job. Like the whole anywhere on Quad is good to work, and then if you live in dorms, you can also like work down there at like Domino's or something, or like Pizza Hut or anything. Chick-fil-A, we have a lot of food places. So.
Okay. Or if you bring your car, you want like a quick delivery job, go to Pizza Hut. They pay a lot for delivery and Domino's.
Yeah, I know people that do DoorDash.
DoorDash, really easy stuff. Or like if you want to just be like a grader for a class, because I actually just applied to be a grader for one of my, like it was actually my favorite class I've taken here. It's like, just be a grader or something like that. There's some really easy options.
And if you don't want anything that's like, I guess, too much of a responsibility, you can also do like a variety of on-campus jobs. You can even be like a mentor for a program that you're in and you get paid like $10 an hour. You can work at the rec as someone who literally just checks out basketballs. You can be a RA. It's like, there's plenty of opportunities as a student here to find jobs if that's what you're into.
Like don't work if you think it'll be too much and that you can't handle it.
Know what you can handle.
Yes, know what you can handle. That's a really big point.
Okay, well, this is our last question. So what was it like going from home and then coming to an apartment? Or what was it like going from a dorm into an apartment? Like what was your transition like?
Going from home to a dorm was a very easy transition. Like it's not necessarily like living in an apartment because it's just like a room that you're sharing with somebody else. So that was kind of simple. Like my parents just came down here to help me. Rather easy transition. Going from a dorm to an apartment, I would say it is a lot of work cause like an apartment is like it's a whole thing. You have a kitchen, you have a living room, you have bedrooms, like dishes to wash. Like it is definitely different to live in an apartment than a dorm. Cause you don't have the responsibility of washing dishes or anything like that in a dorm. You just keep your room clean. So that's like, it's an added responsibility. It's like your first step into an adulthood, getting your own apartment. Do your chores, you gotta learn to do your chores. And yeah, that was probably the biggest transition for me, was learning that, like taking on those added responsibilities of, you know, chores, extra chores, and keeping the house clean and keeping your space clean. And yeah, that was definitely, it was more expensive, I would say, to move to an apartment as far as all that.
For mine, so I started out with a community bathroom, so that was different, and then I had a roommate, and I actually really liked talking to my roommate, kind of like sisters, it was fun. And then when I went to my dorm in Jester East, then I also had a roommate, but then we had a suite, and so that was a little better. It wasn't like community, but I still had to share it with like 3 other people. And then like when I got my apartment, it was a huge difference because now I have to like cook and stuff. But it was nice because now I have more freedom. I finally have my own room, I have my own bathroom, so it feels really nice and it feels really homey. So.
Well, I'll say from being at home to a dorm was the community bath situation. I have my own bathroom at home, so I wasn't used to like the shower shoe thing or like having to cover up before you like, you know, dry off and all that stuff. So I would say that's the biggest thing I had a hard time adjusting to. So, yeah.
Mine was like a weird experience. I went from my home, having like my own apartment. There was like no transition. It was just like bam. And I wish I didn't like put that all on myself at one time. It's kind of like a lot to handle, especially like your first year in a new city with a new school. That's not the easiest school in the world. And so it was a lot to take in. I didn't know myself truly, and so if I did, I would have done it a different way. But I mean, you live and you learn. So yeah, I didn't, when I moved in, like, it was cool. I had my own space. I liked it. It was nice, you know, but it was just like I said earlier, kind of like that social aspect of college. I had to work harder in order to be social. I had to like find orgs on my own or look for things to do necessarily. They didn't just come, I guess, more naturally since I stayed on campus or near campus. So yeah, that's probably my transition right there. Oh, and I had a job. Oof.
And that was all the content we have prepared for this video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe so you can always know when we have something new going on and we're gonna post a new video. And yeah, thanks for watching. You gonna make us know?
It's already made.
Oh.